Yo, what it do? Much honor and respect to everybody listening. Roll Radio tapping in. So shout out to Archangel Uriel, to Dolo on the insight. But we know that we're 80% water. You know what I'm saying? The Earth is 80% water. And whenever they go for other planets, they're saying they life. What's the first thing that they look for? They look for water. This Roll Radio will be about how letters and words are coded into our reality. The words are all connected because it comes from tones and vibrations that started out with the ooh, ah, you know what I mean, vibrations and stuff like that. And then we drew them out as we got lost into the physicality realm and things like that, as opposed to the spiritual. And if you look at the word ocean, right? Sound out the word ocean. You know what I'm saying? Ocean, right? The definition of ocean is, one of them is a great river or sea surrounding the disk of Earth. So that gives you a clue there to all of the flat Earth people. You know what I'm saying? The disk of Earth. And then it also says a vast body of water on the surface of the globe. And if you look up what globe means, the globe actually means, for the globetrotters, the definition of globe is a map of the earth or sky drawn on an artificial, I repeat, artificial sphere. S-P-H-E-R-E, sphere, right? So back to the ocean. In the Yoruba tradition, in Orisha, there is called Oshun, right? In Oshun, see what I'm saying? See how it's flowing? A river deity. Oshun is a river deity associated with water, purity, fertility, so on and so forth, right? So you take that a step further, right? Now you got all of the words that end in the suffix T-I-O-N, like creation, transportation, reincarnation, institution, tradition, and our favorite, vacation. There's so many words that end in shun, but it's not spelled S-U-N like Oshun or Ocean, O-C-E-A-N. It's spelled, phonetically it sounds the same. Ocean, Oshun, creation, shun, it's all the same. And the shun, and the O in ocean is the circular disc that they're discussing. And then the shun, C-E-A-N, is the shun, the T-I-O-N, the shun. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you hear in the background. Shun, you know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of flow. If you look at the definition of shun, T-I-O-N, it says a word-forming element, right? A word-forming element. And water is an element, right? Creation, transportation. And then when you move it again to the deeper formats of shun, like division, submission, this is S-I-O-N, possession, dimension, confusion. So there's it kind of breaks down as we get deeper and deeper into the trickery of language. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause remember, they tricked us tricking people with language. Then you get into S-I-O-N, which, ends up being Zion. The serpent is the S. Then the Z is the straight line of the S. You know what I mean? It gets tricky with Zion. If you look up what S-I-O-N means, it actually means Zion. And if you look up a lot of the words that end in S-I-O-N, division, submission, possession, dimension, confusion, those are more trickier words or more lower vibrational words. So boom, take it down a step further, you go into, take away the T or the S, and you look into ions, right? So shun, T-I-O-N, then you go into ions. And then you have the ions, negative ions, positive ions, and all of that, right? Then if you look up the ionosphere, that's the outermost sphere of Earth. So you have the ions that are outside of Earth. The farthest that you can go, that they say you can go, is the ionosphere. When you go into ions, the energy, the negative, the positive, that's like we're in the womb of Earth. Oshun, creation, division. And then you get into ions, right? And ion is not the root of it, but it's the ions. It's a whole nother element. It separates the positive and negative from the actual the back and forth of the waves in the water. See what I'm saying? So there's water in the sky. You know what I'm saying? There's water. That's how it rains. How can there not be water in the sky if it doesn't rain? There's water beneath you. There's water inside of you. Everything there's a lot of fluid. You know what I'm saying? And then you can see in the matrix is being used, or in the fake matrix is being used all around us as well. Because currency, right, is money. Right? The current you hear in the background of the water back and forth is the current. The river current, all of that. River bank, put your money in the bank. We know about all of that. But currency is money, right? You got different what kind of currency do you want to put your money in? Cryptocurrency, rupee currency, Russian currency, American currency, you know what I'm saying? Currency, right? Which is moon energy. I'm going to break down the money as moon energy. And we know that the moon controls the currents, right? Most importantly, the current of reincarnation. So if you look at the movie Soul, it taps into that as well, where the moon shows, or what's the other thing? Star Trek, where they show that the reincarnation is a tricky situation. That's why you're born in sin and all of that. The moon is called Sin in another language. I think Sumerian or something like that. It's called Sin. So it gets tricky with the moon and reincarnation in the trap here, because a lot of people think that, you know, a lot of this funny business is going on, or the evil is happening in the world because of money, right? The root of all evil, whatever, based upon money. No, it's currency, and the currency is the most viable source of currency here is us as human beings. We are the currency. Because if you got all the resources, all the money in the world, billions, trillions of dollars, what's the point then? The point is to keep your currency on deck. If you have a farm and a ton of animals, you do not want to lose your animals. If you have a ton of plants, you don't want your plants to grow old and die and not be able to bear fruit. Humans bear fruits. We bear our children. We bear generations. We bear our damn near DNA for the will of the controllers, whether we realize it or not. So that's how it taps into water and currency and flow, and, like, you know what I'm saying? Because we have water all in us. The vibrations is important. Most people still watch the news where they give you current events. Like, it's all tapped in, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, a loose riddle, but once you start making these connections, you'll see this shit all around you. Sperm is a fluid, water. Blood is a fluid, water. And our brains float in the fluid. Like, you look at the brain, it's just floating in water. You know what I'm saying? When we come here, or when the body creates itself, we're in the mother's belly. And that's surrounded by what? Fluid. So it's water all the time. You know what I'm saying? Always pay homage. And the last avatar was also a girl named Korra, right? And she was a natural waterbender. And that's the last avatar. You know what I'm saying? Last, whatever you want to call it. But they're showing us that water is extremely, extremely important. All around us. Even fire is water in another type of format. You know what I'm saying? You just don't see it like that here, with the way that we're able to perceive it yet. You know what I'm saying? Again, shout out to Dolo for that insight as well. But if you look at how fire flows, and, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's another type of water. But anyway, this is why internal vibrations are important, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you go underwater and you scream out, ah! You can hear them same tones, all that shit that you just screamed out, it comes right back to you. So if we're sitting in water and we're in physicality, the energy that we put out comes back to us, right? That's why the good vibes and all of that. So whether the vibration is through thought or mental or emotional or otherwise, what you're saying something, what your actions vibrate into the world, what type of tone you have in your bodily language and what you do, that stuff all comes back. That's what they call karma. You know what I'm saying? It comes back because we're in water. The same way you go in water and shake up the water, or the same way you go in water and you can have water that heals and you can have water that destroys. It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at frequencies, they say, you know what I'm saying, what frequency you on? Like, oh, he got low vibes, or, you know what I'm saying? Frequency is all what? Waves. Waves is water. Tap into the water. Be like water. You know what I'm saying? Be aware of your vibration at all times. And may we all be able to perceive balanced vibes, and balanced vibes to you all. Much honor, respect. Again, the water, the flow, the energy of water, the coming and going, letting things go, bringing it in, being forceful when you need to, but falling back, being beautiful, nurturing, providing life, giving life, even suffocating life if you need to, quote unquote life, or, you know what I'm saying, to help other things grow. Water has its own thing going on, and it is very vast and it's very necessary within our being. So tap into the element of water, tap it within yourself, and you'll see that water is more than just something. It's more than two hydrogens and an oxygen. It's a bigger, much bigger entity than that, much bigger being than that, much bigger vibe than that. All right, Real Radio, much honor, respect to everybody listening. Be like water, my friend.